to start with drawing a card from the Dear Creative deck that I created, which is essentially 40 mini love letters to you from your creative ideas to encourage you, inspire you, and maybe give you some tough love from time to time. So I'm going to pull a card and use that as inspiration today for the doodling, which you could choose to do as well, or you can just doodle drop in, doodle whatever you want to doodle for a while and let yourself enjoy that process. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Oh, and they're all pretty colorful. They all have my doodles in the background too, just so you know. Gotta have lots of color. How could it be a Karen Light product without lots of color? I don't know. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is the one I pulled. Looks like this. I'll let you see it again in a second. Dear Creative, sometimes we are bad before we get good. Let's fail a lot more together in the process of making something really great. Love your creative ideas. I'll read it one more time. Dear Creative, sometimes we are bad before we get good. Let's fail a lot more together in the process of making something really great. Love your creative ideas. Oh, so good, right? Such a good reminder. So I'm going to be thinking about that one as I doodle. I encourage you to do the same if you would like. Here it is up close if you would like to see it and read it for yourself. But again, if you have your own curiosities um, that you would like to doodle with, your own challenges, your own questions, or you just want to doodle, totally fine. All right. So I'm going to invite you to drop in with some deep breaths for a second. Sigh it out if you need to. Stretch it out a little bit if you need to. My neck feels like it could use some cracking and stretching this morning. Twists are always good. Oh, that feels really good. Maybe you want to twist with me for a second. Oh, yeah. And then just let yourself relax. Maybe have your feet flat on the ground. Maybe have your hands on your stomach or your heart or one or both. Just feel your body expand with each inhale. And slowly relax with each exhale, letting everything go, including any sneezes you might have. Welcome, spring. Maybe something is coming up in your mind that you want to doodle around your question or challenge or the card I read. Now I invite you to start with a simple shape, just seeing where it takes you. You can repeat it until something else wants to happen. All right. We're going to doodle for the next 10 minutes or so. Remembering that this process is not about things looking good or needing it to turn out in any kind of way. It's really a process and a tool for dropping into ourselves and being curious and contemplative and just relaxing. Just relaxing and have a little bit of good time with it. am sniffly. I've got some allergies starting to kick in with the spring. Woo-wee. I think especially at the beginning of these doodles, it's important that we let go of things needing to look good. Like our card said, sometimes we look really bad before we get good. Nothing needs to ever look good in a doodle. That's especially important at the beginning of a doodle to just let it be whatever it is. Let it be. And let yourself be wherever you are. Few more minutes on this one. During this doodle session, I should say. About one more minute till we pause. All right, just come to a pause place for a moment and let yourself reflect on what you see in front of you. Maybe this is all the time you have, and so this will be your reflection um, on this doodle. But it's always nice to pause, even if you want to continue doodling. It's good to take a little breather and just notice what has come up, what it does make you think about, because as you go back into it, those thoughts can inspire you and continue to shape how your doodle comes out. So mine is looking like this so far. It's very like light. Um, I don't know, words that have been coming up are like a little delicate, a little gentle, um, feminine, soft. And I think that corresponds well with this card of like sometimes we're bad before we get good, and how the beginning of anything, of creating anything, requires some gentleness in the process. There's also like this feeling of like an onion, sort of like peeling back the layers, and just doing that softly and gently so that something feels like kind of safe to emerge. So, yeah, those are some of the messages coming up for me as I doodle. And then I have other thoughts that come up too, and that's totally fine. This isn't about just sticking to the card or just figuring out your challenge. Other things might come to the surface that you want to contemplate or think about. And that's what it's all about, just letting our minds be. Sometimes when we give it a little bit of a prompt or a directive, it falls into a process and then it takes us where it wants to take us. And that's okay. So, full permission to explore whatever comes up, even if it takes you away from what you thought you were exploring at the beginning. All right. I'm going to go back and do some more doodling for about 10 more minutes. If you are jumping off now, thanks for watching and doodling. As always, you can always send me a message and show me your doodles. I love seeing them. I often share with people something that I see in them if they're open to it, so they can have their own little aha if it resonates. Um, and yeah, hope to see you around soon. And just so you know, if you ever want to experience what coaching is like through doodling, what it means to actually tackle some kind of challenge or goal that you have through doodling and creative coaching, you can always go to howdoodle.com, and right there on my homepage, smack dab in the middle of the banner, is like a schedule your free 30-minute creative coaching session. And that is truly free. I'll maybe take a minute to share some things that I could offer you if it feels like a good fit. But there's no hard sell or no pressure or anything like that. I mean, you just got to experience something and see if it feels right. So that's what it's about. All right. For those of you who want to doodle a little bit longer, here we go. Let's dive back in with a nice deep breath or two. Maybe you can close your eyes again. I love this practice of pausing and taking another deep breath after our minds have come back online or been, distracted by something. Just the process of how a few deep breaths can drop us right back in. So simple. At our disposal 24/7. Whenever you feel ready, you can continue with this doodle or start a whole nother one if you want to. No rules here. I just caught my mind drifting to work and things I needed to do. And I just am redirecting it now kindly and gently to drop back in to this doodling process. because that's not what I want to contemplate. But if you are wanting to contemplate work, by all means, let it drift there. Maybe that's helpful for you. For me, I just want to stay with my doodling process right now. Stay in a relaxed state, which I noticed that was taking me out of. So it's another reason I wanted to redirect myself. Another couple minutes, about 2 to 3 minutes. We're going to play with this. Time flies. All right, maybe find a good spot to wrap up for now or continue after we're done if you're in a groove. I love that feeling of both time feeling longer and shorter at the same time. That's how I know I've really dropped in. On one hand, I'm like, oh, I've sunk into so many things in my mind that I feel like it's been forever. And in some ways, I'm like, wow, is it already time to stop? I could go all day. So I'm just reflecting one last time on what came up for me in my doodle. Curious what came up for you. Again, that card said, Dear creative, sometimes we're bad before we get good. Let's fail a lot more together in the process of making something really great. And yeah, so just kind of kept going, with that theme. It's really feels like that peeling back of an onion to me, or the inside of a flower, maybe when it's closed in before it blooms. Um, and how that process is so delicate. Sometimes the beginning of a creative process for me it can be this push pull between being so excited about it that I want to tell everyone, and also like needing to sort of temper that and keep it close or only share with trusted people because it is really delicate. It's not fully formed. I don't want to be too influenced yet by other people while I'm trying to figure out what it is. While I'm trying to listen to it, its voice is still very soft to me, and I'm trying to like kind of coax it out. And I'm also not feeling super confident. It doesn't really look like much yet. It might even look bad. So, what does that look like to just sort of think of or reframe this idea of failing at something as just a part of that process of getting somewhere good. If it never looked bad, what would there be to overcome to push you to a new awareness or a new skill or a new sort of, confidence or ability or wisdom? So, yeah, that gentleness that's required is really, I think, coming through in my doodle as a reminder. And I'll keep reflecting on that. I'm going to keep it out for myself, which I recommend you do. Keep it out for a little bit. It'll keep speaking to you and continue to give you guidance. Yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this drop in time with yourself and that it's just a little bit of medicine for you for the rest of the week. And look forward to being with you again soon. Take care, everyone.